Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. That was a slog, wasn't it? 10.5 hours it took me to get through the previous challenge road, and yes, I did not have the time or the want to do it on my personal file. So my personal file was now permanently 1 trophy down. I mean, I can't say it's the worst one, because if you had already played the level on a save file and finished it, that's probably one of the easiest challenge road trophies to earn. But that's like if you have already played it ahead of time, because I never did. I had to go through the entire experience. If you had it ahead of time, makes it super easy. So I can't say it's the worst, but I can say it was one of the more annoying ones. Thankfully, we have a nice themed one for today, hence why I'm wearing the raincoat. Challenge Road 75, a rainy day in Flappertown, followed by a rainy blue rift, which is actually the shortest of the two by quite a wide margin. Most of our time is actually going to be in a rainy day of Flappertown, and rainy rift is mainly just a bonus. Let's get into it. By the Lamplighter, is that a one-shot reference? It's actually funny, because before I booted up the file, I was actually in the night margin, or the margin of the night die, and I swapped it off for the raincoat. Timepiece has been spotted on the floating islands of Flappertown. Collect all the power ponds to disable the force field, and don't forget your raincoat. Requires the hook shot badge and the dweller mask, and for optional collectibles, the ice and witch hat. Originally part of a bigger mod, the Pillar Society, but it was too long, winding, and tedious for what was supposed to be a single timepiece level. As such, I made the decision to condense it into a smaller experience. Feedback would be greatly appreciated. One little problem I have with this is that even though it has 3 little checkpoints at decent spots throughout the level, basically like in the hub areas plus the start level, problem is that if you do die, lose a life, what have you, you have to grab all the power ponds again, and basically the level resets. So even though you'll be midway or in the middle of the entirety of the level, you'll have to redo the whole thing, which is a little bit of an annoyance, but it's not too bad. There's also 3 yarn balls, which I won't be collecting for obvious reasons, but 2, excuse me, rift tokens. The third will be the mod timepiece / mod rift token, which, by the way, last challenge road was my 300th timepiece / mod rift token collected. Insanity. Next off, we have the Rainy Rift by Chev, a blue time rift about a rainy night. Make sure to bring your raincoat again. There is a secret area within the level, but I don't believe I located that. I actually forgot there was a secret area. I'll see if I can find it in post. But for now, we've got a rainy day in Flappertown. So, let's go. That took a little bit longer to load than usual, so I'll trim that. But we have this nice nighttime Mafia Town music playing, which makes sense for the rain. We're not actually caught in the rain at the moment, but it is surrounding us. Nice little bench to start off with. Do we get camera pans? No, we don't. Ironically enough, getting to the area is a little bit tricky because you have these small little platforms. But you know what else is tricky? That door. I spent 20 minutes trying to look for some sort of entryway for a particular area that we can see that I don't think we're supposed to. And that's how we get into it. I'll show you what I mean in a bit. Can we talk to you? No? Well, I'm just going to raid your house. There's a token right there already. It's the King of the Seals.
Who goes there? Who dares intrude on my secret hideout? Oh, oh no. I don't have any dog secrets or anything. I'm just very antisocial.
Yeah, that's fair. Blow this up. I don't think we'll be able to find any power ponds until we actually get into the level itself. But there is a book here. You randomly take a book out of the shelf. The title reads, A Comprehensive Guide to All Things Magic. A page with the instructions for teleporting doors has been bookmarked. Gee, I wonder why. Well, we'll definitely grab this token before we leave, because this was driving me mad. I finished the level, and then, like, I was trying to figure out how to get into this room. And, like, I could see the room and the token. I'll show you what I mean once again. But we want to grab this now, because this is technically not permanently missable, because obviously you can just reload back into the level. Also, the door looks more whiter in certain angles, but now it looks blue. Maybe it's because I've already been in there, but that was definitely white a second ago. Because if I swing over here, when we're up here, we got to swing to the to Flappertown, and once we do that, we can't technically head backwards. Also, they're just killing each other. It kind of works out for me. And they're also not as bully-like as you'd expect. Okay, I've got some precision platforming here with a cherry bomb. That'll do it. Hit the button. Raise the gates. And that gives us a checkpoint. Nice. Don't really need to use the Dweller Mask for the first platform, but this could be a little bit touch and go. Basically, you want to turn it on first, double jump. Don't double jump again until it's about to wear off, so you go through like that. And no, you can't make this jump without actually going to the very edge of this platform and stretching the jump out for as much as you can without losing too much height. And with that, we can make it to this little wedge here. I just grabbed that ledge. That was kind of close. And there we go. And the checkpoint graphic is actually, well, the HUD element, is actually functioning properly. So let's begin grabbing our power ponds and going around the place. Nothing around the back of this building. Kind of a little town, a few things to do. You can see that the timepiece is just in a force field there, but this block, this block is annoying. We'll get that in a second. We'll clear off the bottom parts here. One thing that I am a little bit annoyed about, though, is that some of these windows look like you can go into them, but you can't. And some doors are missing. Which, you can imagine trying to find that door that we just went through to get that rift token. I was looking all over the place for a door, and I couldn't figure it out, but this building has a door that you can't go into. So why is that not just a black hole of a void like this? Yeah, there's some inconsistencies with the buildings here that really threw me off on trying to figure out how to get into that room. And again, I will show you how I discovered it without any other external means once we actually get to that point. Let's talk to you.
That still once you're very far up, it's possible to load this power.
Bounce with it. And right there is a brewing yarn. That's pretty easy to reach, so if you ever want to grab that, there it is. Obviously, if this, for whatever reason, gets added in the summer event for this year, I will obviously be clipping these into the videos, because that will be their first official appearance, but I'm just speculating at this point, because that happened quite a lot last year, and I don't want that happening again, and it's coming close to that time. So, we'll see what happens. Another power pond down here. And that block rises up. Now, there is that building right next to where that block just raised up from. I was about to say. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's proportionate to how long you stand on the button. Right, so what was annoying the heck out of me is that I thought this was asking for a bit too much of the player with random chance and getting precise throws, grabbing one of those beach balls, bouncing on the seal up to this roof, standing from this corner to this corner, tossing the ball where I'm standing because you can't walk on the tightrope with something in your hands, and then you could drop it on the button so that you can access the ice panel that reveals. What I didn't realise until just now was that if you stand on that button, the amount of time you're standing on the button is how long it stays up for, so you can spring yourself over there. Honestly, though, if you don't want to be dealing with that anyway, I do have another method, which I will show off. Because it's technically using an interesting intended part of the level. So we'll get into that bit in a bit. It's also kind of close to other stuff that we're going to be able to see, which I mentioned before with that rift token that we grabbed. Nothing to do up there, so let's come back down this way. Can't talk to Fish Dude. Cooking Cat's here. Let's dodge the fire of the cooker. There's people behind there. It looks like silhouettes of a rat. I smell a rat. There's a rat. Smack him! A couple more power ponds. We're almost halfway already.
Fancy seeing you here. I wanted to take a look at this restaurant's kitchen, and before I knew it, I was taking over for the owner. Got quite sick, it seems. I hope he gets better soon, because this place is seriously understaffed. Could you be a dear and take this order upstairs, please?
Sure. Will do. Good madam. What just happened? Oh! I was trying to leave and I walked through the wall. Like, these parts of the walls are not solid. I am not trying to find bugs, I swear to you. I'm bumping into stuff I weren't bumping into before. Toss that up here. Oh, I'm pressing B, it's not tossing it. There we are. Grab these dirty glasses.
Glasses.
Pop it here.
Thanks for helping out. Now how about you a nice meal?
I haven't dropped them yet, and I'm going to keep my distance. Hi! Another brewing yarn. So if we just help out Cooking Cat, we can get the second of the 3 yarns in this level. And ironically enough, that is one that is kind of hidden. So that's not actually existing until you make that appear. Be careful here, so we don't burn ourselves. Have some money, money, money.
Not even the rain can put our fire out. Please don't tell the fire department.
Fair. I heard those birds laugh. To be laughing at you and your shenanigans. Right, that is basically all the stuff at the start here. It's time to cross this bridge, as we have now got to it. And that is all basically almost brought us halfway. Oh yeah, for some reason this car can just randomly disappear. Not too sure how that happens. Sometimes he's just gone. We also have a blue locker here, and you can actually see on top of that balloon over there is one of the tickets. If we were to have hit that ice panel, we could have sprung our way all the way over there, but that'll be the last one I'll grab because we've got to come back this way anyway. And as I said, I'll be grabbing it in a way that's not, I don't believe is intended, but at the same time, you're not penalised for doing so, and it's how I figured out how to do it without doing silly beach ball shenanigans. I was merely supposed to do a simple rotation. What have I done? Yeah, if you touch that, you're going to go flying. We'll see what happens. What? That is not what I wanted to do. It's fine, I could take some hits, but I wasn't expecting to get sent all the way back over here. Now I just realised why I didn't trigger the checkpoint for this half of the level. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to do that again. Let's get up here. There's a couple more power ponds up here, as well as some UFOs. Ow. Well, I'll take the health, most certainly. They call me the Rooftop Watcher. Unfortunately, being the Rooftop Watcher doesn't pay my bills alone, so this rooftop report is sponsored by Bird Night. Oh, excuse me, sorry for the cut. The sneeze was building, and I just needed to get that out there. This is the Rooftop Report. It's raining, and UFOs are headed your way with malicious intent. They keep manifesting endlessly. Someone should probably file a complaint about those, but not me. I ain't leaving my roof. Well, they haven't respawned back yet. And there's nothing up here, so yeah, just a couple power ponds. Nothing too dramatic. I want to clear this birdhouse out first, because it could be a bit of an annoyance. Especially as soon as we get to the top here. They're huddling around the box! Blow it up! no power bonds, just health. Not the best outcome. And even though we didn't get the checkpoint graphic, did you notice that the checkpoint HUD updated from 2 to 3? Rewind the video back a little bit. Yeah, that's it actually lets you know if you hit like a hidden checkpoint that the game itself doesn't let you know. Maybe breaks the immersion a little bit there, but at least you know that that is a new respawn point. Hold on, only cool people are allowed to enter this club. Vibe checking, scanning mind, summarizing life history. Excuse me. Yep, you're good to go. Enjoy your time. As soon as we enter, we get some funky beats. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. We got rickrolled. And that's it, really. There's not much going on in here. Just a little club to listen to some music to. It's basically it. Got a ticket here. Actually, one of our first. Want to figure out how to get that in a bit. Some restaurants here. We can actually get a couple of combos to increase our maximum life, but it's best to do that when you're about to die, because it's also a full recovery. As we already know. And they are combos we've already covered before. There's nothing new, so I don't need to... There's not really anything I need to make mention of there, other than the fact it's there if we need to live. Alright, this is a bit awkward. Give me a sec. Jump back. Now, you can see what they want you to do here. They want you to do this perilous platforming, which, by the way, you have only a single jump to work with when you're carrying one of these. But there's also dweller blocks down here, so we just walk off, land on the ice block. There's a much more easier to reach dweller here. So why don't we just go for this one instead? It's just so much simpler. On, off, and then toss. Easy! Honestly, trying to get them up top is a much more bigger pain, and if you kept on trying and never checked behind that dweller wall that we just went through right over here, you would have to basically toss the cherry over the edge in order to make them respawn up above. Speaking of up above, we can see more stuff. Also had Kid's spaceship up there, so I want to go in this direction. Remember, all you need is the power ponds if you just want to leave and get an easy challenge road trophy, but obviously I'm covering everything since we are here. And that is normally when I unlock that thing, which is kind of funny, because I'm in a little room with a cat. Hey, who allowed you in here? Get out of my room. Yes, I live like this. All cats love confined spaces, didn't you know? Alright, fair enough. Leaving. And immediately, immersion broken. Yeah, we've got some clock towers beneath where we are, as well as beneath the sea. But unfortunately, you may think that you can make the jump over to that room over there, which is where I saw a rift token. These aren't solid, so you can't just jump over there. I think what was intended... Also, by the way, this is a very tight jump to make. Like, from this angle, you probably wouldn't notice it too much. It's like black on black, so it kind of blends in a little bit, except for the fact that you come to the back end here where there is an intended to access door and the illusion's broken. You can see the room. Now, you asked for feedback. I'm going to give some form of feedback. Maybe move that room to beyond the other clock tower. Not the one below me, but the one beyond, because it's further away, you can't see it, and you can't see around it. Maybe move the room lower down as well, so it's out of view, because we can see it, and I saw the token because of that, and I was like, how do I get into that room? I mean, I guess it acts like a clue, like you need to access the room, but at the same time, it's not like a big block, and before anyone does mention it, you can't put the room inside of the clock tower, because every single block that makes the ridges of the clock tower's shape of the building is like is visually solid, if that makes sense. It's like solid on all sides. But we've been in that room at the start of the level. But the outer walls are not solid. We can see in. Unfortunately, you can't clip in that way. They are double-sided walls. So how would I get there? Well, first of all, I'm just going to continue doing what we're supposed to be doing up here. Then I'll head backwards so I can void out to make things a bit easier. Now be careful, hidden spindly Johnny here, so cycle around or home attack correctly, so you don't get hit by that guy. I want to land onto this platform here, and then I want to basically stretch out a jump for as long as I can, and you can easily land on top of it. And this is how I figured out that this had a door entrance, because how else would you get here? Which is ironic, because the book mentioned teleporting doors, which I can even get the prompt for. You can't, as I said, you can't get in, because if I tried to do this, yeah, solid walls. So I had to, like, turn on the camera badge in order to see where the door was in order to figure that out. That could work as a clue, except for the fact you can see through the walls. So, yeah, it's a bit weird there. Get some fish and chips, just so I can heal. Again, I don't want to be showing off that there's a bit of a bugginess, but I do want to show off how I found out how to access that room and give feedback on how you can hide that better. So you can't, because I can land on top of that. And considering that if a lot of people have been playing challenge roads for as much as I have, you probably have some level of skill. Hey, it's John Trombone. Greetings, little chirper. Are you here to talk to the mayor? She's a little busy right now, but in case it's urgent, she's in her office upstairs. Now, I don't need to grab the rest of the power ponds, ironically enough. In fact, this area is almost entirely optional, but we still need those tickets for the blue vault, so I'm going to be working on that right now. How many do I have right now? It's 2, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2. Because I think there's one in here, and then there's one on that balloon that we saw outside. As I said, the level... This challenge road is going to be mostly focused on this level. But, again, I did not actually find the secret in the Rainy Rift, so I didn't realise there was. I actually forgot about that. But I can still go through it very quickly and then clip back, because I had to go through the level again anyway to get the mod Rift token, so it's not like it's a big issue. And if it's another timepiece, I'm going to have to do that regardless, so I will be getting it after I go through the challenge road, because if I can't find it, then it's not a problem. Also, that is waving around, so let me just have that for it clipping. Nah, that's not how it works, unfortunately. But that is what we're working towards right now. And there's a dweller up here that must be important. We need a cherry bomb. Dodge the saws, dodge the sea urchins. Don't even need the balloons, we can just jump across. I'm just that good. However, that's going to get flipped on its head in just a momento. We have the cherry bomb and the mayor. I don't remember allowing visitors this hour. But you're in luck. I just finished work. What brings you to me today? Oh, that timepiece with the forcefield is yours. Feel free to take it back. We have no use for it anyway. Ah, fair enough. You can't just turn it off for me. Why did you even put it in a forcefield? Well, I guess it's timey-wimey. You got to have it under some sort of lock and key. But having all the keys scattered around, now that might be a bit silly. Also, just noticed that picture of the cat drinking. Right, we failed. And I still have this cherry, and I can't get it back up there. So let's just get rid of the cherry by doing this, because fell down with a dweller fruit in hand, have it explode with this dweller, and try again. Allowing you to reset the dweller, because obviously you can't toss the cherry bomb into a pit here. I didn't actually mean to fall down and use that as an excuse for that. I just kind of missed the balloon. So let me give that another go. Press B. There we go. For some reason, like, picking stuff up in this level, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to pick stuff up and it just doesn't respond half the time. Yeah, and you can overshoot these balloons pretty easily, actually. That's why I'm moving very weirdly. Alright. Let's climb up on this plant, ignite the bomb, Tosserino, and Cappuccino. Alright, we're done in here. Let's head outside onto this balcony and let's be a bit cheeky, shall we? Because this is another thing that makes me think that the level was developed with some tech in mind, which just makes me question that floating room behind the clock towers that's accessible by a door more so than not. Because you can climb up here, which seems fine, but then this is not solid. And this is intended because there is a secret here. Would you look at that?
The roof of this town hall is merely a hologram. How suspicious.
I'm guessing maybe you couldn't seem to make a physical collision mesh for the roof. Fair enough, but this also gives us a prime jumping target to just jump down here. Like, I don't even need to stretch it out that much. Like, there we are. Don't even need to do that puzzle with the button, as I mentioned before. In fact, I can get on top of this roof as well. And that's why I left this to last, because it just makes sense. We're going to go back to the center anyway. Heck, I can even void out if I really want to. What's in here?
Oh, hello. I usually don't expect visitors, but he's not at home. I'll say hello to Garrick, my pet rock.
Garrick? Well, you're not just plain and simple, Garrick. That's the only one I am aware of. Wonder if anyone knows about that. No power bombs here. Not that we need them. Oh! Oh! Okay. Right. So maybe do that properly. But then again, it's not too much of a problem. I'm up here regardless. But that does mess up the landing. Maybe another solution. Maybe if you don't want people to cheese that, put the balloon on the other side of the house. And if people still somehow make it, make the arc getting back to that platform a little bit higher so they land on top of the block. Unless you just want that as a bit of a cheese, I don't know. It's I'm just trying to get feedback at this point. Let's pop this open, take a step back. We get a oh god, they merged. We get a third yarn, an ice yarn, but we also get a rift token, which is the only thing I want. So I'm just trying to be ultra careful. Yeah, because I don't really want to grab it. Also, the car is still here. I have had instances where that car disappears, which I've mentioned already. And I don't need the ponds. But yeah, that is Flappertown. Into the time rift we go. Which I guess you could argue is the same timepiece, but obviously it's not, because that's not how it works. How we actually do get a spin for the Flappertown. I keep forgetting the name of it. Oh, we got a note remix. I was going to confirm it, but I pressed the wrong button. Train Rush remix. Very jazzy and techno. I like it. Alrighty then, let's look at this camera pan. I want to see if I can actually... No, I don't see anything that could result in a secret entrance. I'll keep my eye out, but I was originally just going to run through this level before I read that. Because I can't just do that. Maybe I'm supposed to sit on stuff, I don't know. Oh, we actually get a camera pan. I just realised someone's left a message up there. What? Hang on. There's something not in range, and it's right here. No. There's nothing there. I'm guessing someone tried to... Oh, they probably went out here and swung double jumps and stuff. Well, that's a lot of people have been doing that, and it's like... Because, like, there's another message over there. I haven't been paying attention. Now I'm looking, and I'm like, hello? Why are people jumping into the pit, leaving messages in mid-drop? People were really trying to find this secret, weren't they? Also, the angles of these gears are really perilous. And not every lamppost gives a checkpoint. That'll do. Also, careful climbing up zip lines like that while they're sloping upwards, because you could accidentally clip in while jumping, so it's not the best idea. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking now. I don't think it's up there, because that's just for a heart pod if you need it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And this level was pretty short as well. Whoa, I did not mean to do like a friggin' Sonic homing attack chain like that. That was very snappy. Yeah, look at this angle. I don't want to be jumping while moving. And I swear you would be slipping off of this right now if you did like a lunge. We'll just ride this round. It's so much easier. And we're practically on the home stretch already. So again, I don't know where this secret would be, because I don't see anything. Even though I've been looking now, and not blasting through this level like I was originally going to. I'm now at the end, so... yeah. I'll have a little bit more of a thorough look while I'm getting the actual mod rift token / mod timepiece. But we do have a spin, because of course it is a blue rift. Unlike the ordinary one that we did 10.5 hours for. That didn't give me a spin. How rude. But it looks like all I've got is remixes anyway, so maybe it was a mixed blessing. Well, I had enough tokens at that moment to, you know, get a spin, but we're going to have enough tokens for another spin later on anyway. What did I get? So Holiday. For some reason, I don't know what that is. Ice Cave theme. Oh no, that's what it's going to swap. Isn't this the options music when, you know, you're in mid-game? I think it might be. Okay, so I was about to grab my token, which I've already put the graphic in for. Made it to the end, double-checked the level twice. Couldn't find anything. And I'm going to be upfront right now because it is mods. I can't do it when I'm on tightrope. There's no collectibles, so it's not like a collectible secret. But the author themselves, on the mod workshop page, has said that the secret requires a mod to jump high. It's in the third screenshot, so I believe it's up here. So there's literally no way on getting up here unless I had a mod. So you know what I'm going to be using? I'm stupid. I was looking for this, but I was actually looking for the original, you know, Timmy's hat, but with the rocket in it. I forgot that the icon's been changed. That's what threw me off. I can use this to get up here. It's actually a peace and tranquility spot. Oh, I grab. So that's what's up here. This is the secret. So there's no way on actually getting up here unless you have a way to jump up higher. There's literally no way otherwise. That's what the creator themselves said. That's what Chev said. So that's how you get up here. You have to... At least I used a beta hat. Could have used Mario's wing cap, but I decided not to do that. I used a beta hat that I have on other hats because it could be considered cheating. Not so much. My god, look at the frame rate of this one. And we get another spin for our troubles. Well, yeah, again, all we got is Undertale Delta remixes, it looks like, so we'll take it. Hotel Faster. You know, that actually makes sense for the waiter mission for ship shape and all that. Actually makes a lot of sense. It would also work for, like, maybe defusing bombs, because I think that's what we had to do with that music in the first place. And that is the rainy day in Flappertown and Rainy Rift Challenge Road. It's a very wet one. It is stormy, just like how the weather has been in the UK recently. Yeah, we're kind of gone back to rain again. It's been rainy, stormy, cold, and we do get spouts of sunshine every now and again, but it's like it's rainy one moment and then it's sunny the next. It's kind of insane. We do have enough for one spin. I'll have one token left over after this. And I will admit I grabbed, well, I did the levels in reverse order because I wanted to find the secret. It's showtime! And I have been looking on the Steam Workshop for a mod that has potentially reworked this menu because, honestly, this menu's design is rubbish. You know what? That was perfect for that little jingle because I just had to wait for it to catch up. Yeah, it's Metaton's quiz time. But yeah, that is it for this challenge road. Hope you all enjoyed it. That was number 75, so that's yet another goddamn milestone. Does my HUD show up when I'm bouncing like this? It doesn't, does it? Okay, I'm just going to stand over here in the middle of the room because it is my house. 302. It's ever climbing. But 75 challenge roads. We're actually up to a point now where we've reached yet another milestone in terms of challenge roads, and they're probably still going to keep going. They'll probably reach 99. I wonder if it actually has a cap at that point. Like, if you get to, like, 100, it will cause a problem. Which would be even more interesting, because everyone has the erroneous challenge road trophies for when they shrunkated, because some levels got updated, which removed the tag, which erroneously made new challenge roads. You would have over 99. You would have, like, 102, I believe. It's kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, we had a little trip through Flappertown and escaped through a time rift back to the ship. I had to use a mod to get to a secret, but that's kind of how it was. So I'll see you guys next time for whatever we cover. See you guys then.